Hey guys, welcome to another Life Success Factors video. It's very late at night guys, but I wanted to get this video out as I've just published a video or a blog post, about why a tough job or why a tough first job is actually really good for your career. So without any further ado, let's get into today's video. So a tough job is actually a blessing in disguise, guys. I remember back to when I first got my first corporate job, and let me tell you, it was not easy. It was very difficult acclimatizing from the classroom or university to a professional environment. And to be honest, university doesn't really prepare you for the realities of the working world. I mean, you do learn a whole lot of theory, and that's great, and you do have some practical aspects to your study, but there's no substitute for actual real world experience. And sometimes when you're thrust into a new job, it's this experience that actually allows you to accelerate your development as a professional. And especially if that job is a tough one where you're not really sure about, you know, the value that you could potentially add, but being able to be put in those positions will actually accelerate your development. So guys, I wanted to talk to you guys today about the benefits of having a tough first job and why that's actually so important to your development as a professional. Okay, so the first reason why a tough job is actually really good for your development as a professional and your career is that it allows you to build up your resiliency, and it allows you to develop your ability to respond to situations that are new, novel, or otherwise challenging. And look, this applies not only to your job, but also to other areas of your life. Say you are going through a difficult period in your life, and you know you haven't, say you've lost a good friend, or you've lost your job, or your best friend has moved overseas. Being able to deal with that in a mature way, you can only get that through lived experience. And sometimes when you're put in a tough situation at work, you're forced to work through it. And what this does is it actually builds up your resilience to adversity. And it's, when you do work in a tough job, this is a great way or a great benefit of building up your resistance to, or rather your ability to deal with change and to be able to persevere through tough times. Okay, the second reason why a tough first job is actually good for your career is that when you work with people of different nationalities, different personalities, different working and leadership styles, you're exposed to a wide gamut of personalities and people. And this is great because it allows you to develop your emotional quotient. And if you don't know what emotional quotient is, guys, it's basically a corollary of the intelligence quotient, or IQ. And it basically measures someone's ability to empathize or to connect and have that relationship with other people around them, and how tuned in they are with the social dynamics of their workplace, or their personal relationships. So by working with a whole wide array of people, you're able to improve your EQ. You're able to effectively navigate really complex relationships with your colleagues, your stakeholders, your manager, your clients, your vendors. Essentially, when you boil down a company, it's essentially it's simply a number of relationships between people. And what you'll find is that the way decisions are made and the way things are actually achieved in a company is not through role power, which is simply just the formal hierarchy of people in an organization with delegation of authority. It's actually done through influence. and influence comes about through the development of personal relationships. So being able to navigate that complex web of different personalities and being able to influence outcomes rather than influence outcomes through your role, it will actually hold you in really good stead. So by having a tough first job can actually be good for your career. And finally, guys, the final reason that I'll talk about today why having a tough job is actually good for your career is that it actually allows you to see what makes others successful or unsuccessful. So usually when you're thrust into a very difficult work environment, you are forced to hit the ground running, okay? It's either sink or swim. And chances are that there are people that are a little bit more senior to you that have been able to navigate the complexities. Sorry, that was just Siri that went off. So what I was saying was when you are thrust into situations where you are forced to sink or swim in a job or forced to find your feet very quickly, quite often you can rely on the actions or the work of others who are a little bit more senior than you that have been able to navigate that complex environment. And it's usually, guys, it's not the technical subject matter that's the most difficult part about a job. It's actually navigating the complex web of relationships. So, learn from the mistakes of others, learn from the successes of others. And, when you do find yourself in really tough situations at work, know that there's a way out, because there have been others who've been able to successfully navigate the complexity and come out the other side, maybe with a promotion. But, take that opportunity to seek those people out. And if you're not sure, then, start developing those relationships, because it's only through developing those relationships that you can actually understand, different people that work in your team or work in adjacent teams. And it's through developing those relationships that, we talked about influence before, but it's through developing those relationships that you're able to start having a little bit more influence on the way things are running in your firm. And this is a really good position to be in, because, if you're in anything like me, I do like to play an active part in, the community that I live in or the place that I work, because I truly believe that, I've got something of value to add wherever I am. And I hope that it certainly doesn't come from a selfish place. It comes from a place of wanting things to be as good as they can be. And if I can do my small part, then, I'd be, really, really happy to do that. So wrapping up, guys, having a tough first job is actually a blessing in disguise, and see it as an opportunity and a bit of a challenge to develop yourself, develop the relationships around you, and, take that opportunity to really grow, because there are certain times in your career where you'll get these opportunities and they don't come around too often. And I'd say that, grab it while you do have the opportunity. I understand that sometimes it might be tough to work in tough environments, but, use that to your advantage. Use that ability to turn that into something that will ultimately be positive for you, and hopefully positive for, the place that you work and the people that you work with. Okay, guys, as always, if you like this video, I'd appreciate if you leave a like down below, and also a comment to let me know what you thought. If there's anything that you want me to cover in a future video, then let me know. I'd be happy to do that. Or if there's a question that you had for me, leave it down in the comment below, and I'll be happy to answer it. I check my comments every day on my videos and also on my blog. If you head on over to www.lifesuccessfactors.com, I'll have a more detailed write-up of this video topic today. And I'd appreciate if you share that, or leave a comment to let me know what you thought. And until next time, guys, remember to always keep striving for success in every area of your life, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.